Welcome back to the Daily Dialogue. I'm Alex, and I'm here with Sophia. Today, we're exploring a concept that sounds completely illogical at first. We often talk about the fear of failure, but today we're talking about its mysterious cousin, the fear of success.
Hi Alex. When I first heard this term, I thought, that's impossible. Everyone wants to be successful. Everyone wants to win. But the more I looked at my own life, and the lives of people around me, the more I realized that we actually break our own toys just when things are getting good.
It's a real psychological phenomenon. Abraham Maslow called it the Jonah Complex. It's the tendency to run away from our own destiny or to shy away from our full potential. We aren't just afraid of falling, we are terrified of how high we might actually fly.
That's so deep. Terrified of how high we might fly. Why is that? I mean, success brings money, freedom, and respect. What is there to be afraid of?
Change. Success is a massive disruptor. If you become truly successful, your life changes. Your relationships change. Your responsibilities grow. Your old self has to die for that new self to exist. And the brain, which loves stability, sees that change as a threat.
So it's the identity crisis again. I've seen this in people who finally get their dream job, and then they start showing up late, or they start picking fights with their boss. It's like they are subconsciously trying to get back to their safe, mediocre level where they feel at home.
Exactly. We have an internal thermostat for happiness and success. If things get too hot, meaning too good, our subconscious mind turns on the air conditioner to cool things down. This is self-sabotage. We miss a deadline, we get sick, or we have a sudden bout of imposter syndrome.
Oh, imposter syndrome is a big part of this. That feeling that you're a fraud and that as you get more successful, more people will realize you don't know what you're doing. The higher you go, the bigger the exposure feels.
Right. The fear isn't just about the success itself, it's about the social consequences. If I become successful, will my friends still like me? Will my family think I'm too big for my boots? Will I be lonely at the top? We often value belonging more than achievement.
That hit home for me. I remember when I got a big promotion, I felt guilty. I felt like I was leaving my colleagues behind. I started downplaying my success, making jokes about how it wasn't a big deal. I was trying to stay relatable so I wouldn't lose my tribe.
That's the tall poppy syndrome. In some cultures, there's a saying that the tallest poppy gets cut first. We are socialized to not stand out too much. So when we start to succeed, we feel like we are putting a target on our backs.
So we stay small to stay safe. But staying small feels like a slow death, doesn't it? It's like wearing shoes that are 2 sizes too small. You can walk, but every step hurts.
It's a painful way to live. But we choose that pain because it's a known pain. Success is an unknown challenge. What if you can't handle the pressure? What if you reach your dream and realize it doesn't make you happy? These are the what-ifs that keep us paralyzed.
I've noticed this in learning English, too. Some students reach an intermediate level, and then they stop. They have plateaued. Subconsciously, they might be afraid of becoming fluent because then they would have to take on more responsibility, maybe lead a meeting or move to a different country.
That is a perfect observation. Fluency opens doors, but doors are scary. Laughs. They lead to new rooms where you don't know the rules. It's easier to stay in the intermediate room where people excuse your mistakes.
So we are literally holding ourselves back. We are the jailer and the prisoner at the same time. How do we find the key, Alex? How do we stop being afraid of our own light?
That's the million-dollar question. And it starts with recognizing the secondary gains of staying where you are. What are you getting out of staying unsuccessful?
Wow. What am I getting out of failing? That's a brutal question. I need a second to process that.
Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll talk about upper limit problems, how to expand your success thermostat, and why you deserve the life you're afraid of.
I'm ready. Let's take a quick breather.
And we are back. Before the break, Sophia, I asked you a pretty heavy question. What are you getting out of staying unsuccessful? It sounds mean, but in psychology, we call this secondary gain.
It's been sitting in my head during the whole break, Alex. And I realized, if I stay small, I don't have to face rejection. I don't have to handle the pressure of people's expectations. If I don't try my absolute best, I can always say, oh, I just didn't really try. It's a safety net for my ego.
Exactly. If you fail because you didn't try, your ego is safe. But if you try your absolute best and succeed, now you have to maintain that level. That's the upper limit problem, a term coined by Gay Hendricks. We all have an internal threshold for how much love, success, and creativity we allow ourselves to enjoy.
So, when we go past that threshold, we subconsciously pull ourselves back down? Like an invisible elastic band?
Precisely. You get a big win at work, and then that same night, you pick a huge, pointless fight with your partner. Or you finally save a certain amount of money, and then suddenly your car breaks down, or you spend it all on something impulsive. You are resetting your success thermostat to its old, safe temperature.
I've done that. I've literally felt too happy before, and then I started looking for problems. I started worrying about things that haven't happened yet. It's like my brain can't handle the high of life, so it creates artificial lows to balance it out.
It's a form of self-protection. Your subconscious thinks that if you get too happy, something terrible will happen to even it out. It's a very old, superstitious part of our brain. But we need to realize that there is no limit on joy or success. You aren't stealing happiness from someone else by being happy yourself.
That's a big one. The guilt of success. I see this a lot in people who come from humble backgrounds. When they start making more money than their parents or their friends, they feel like they are betraying their roots.
That is a very painful conflict. It's the choice between authenticity and belonging. If I am my authentic, successful self, will I still belong to my family? The answer is, maybe not in the same way. But by staying small, you aren't helping your family, you're just joining them in their limitations.
Wow. Joining them in their limitations. That's a tough realization. So, how do we turn up the thermostat? How do we train our brains to be okay with being successful and happy without waiting for the other shoe to drop?
The first step is tolerance training. When something good happens, just sit with it. Don't call anyone, don't post it on social media immediately, don't start worrying about tomorrow. Just feel the physical sensation of success in your body. Let your nervous system learn that good is safe.
I love that. Good is safe. We need to reprogram our biology. I also think we need to redefine what success means. We often see it as a destination, a big house, a title. But maybe success is just the ability to handle bigger and better problems.
Exactly. Success doesn't mean you don't have problems, it just means you have high-quality problems. Instead of worrying about how to pay the rent, you're worrying about how to invest your capital or how to lead a team of 50 people.
I'd rather have those problems. But Alex, what about the imposter voice? That voice that says, you're just lucky, you don't deserve this, someone is going to find out you're a fraud. How do we shut that down?
You don't shut it down, you talk back to it. Use the evidence method. When that voice says you don't deserve it, look at your evidence folder. Look at the late nights you worked, the skills you learned, the problems you solved. Luck might open the door, but you are the one who walked through it and did the work.
And maybe we need to realize that everyone feels like an imposter sometimes. Even the CEOs and the world leaders. They are all just figuring it out as they go. If everyone is a fraud, then no one is a fraud.
Precisely. We're all just advanced beginners. Another huge part of overcoming the fear of success is future self-visualization. Imagine the version of you that is successful. How do they walk? How do they talk? How do they handle stress? Start acting like that person now, even in small ways.
Like fake it till you make it?
More like embody it till you become it. It's about changing your self-concept. If you see yourself as a struggler, you will always struggle. If you see yourself as a creator or a leader, your brain will start looking for ways to prove that true.
So, we need to give ourselves permission to shine. As Marianne Williamson famously said, our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure.
That is the perfect quote for this episode. We aren't afraid of the dark, we are afraid of our light. Because light brings responsibility. Light brings visibility. But light also brings warmth and growth to everyone around you.
I think that's the key. By becoming successful, you aren't just helping yourself, you're showing others that it's possible. You are becoming a permission slip for everyone else to be successful too.
A permission slip. I love that, Sophia. Your success is a gift to the world, not a crime against it. So, to our listeners, stop sabotaging your own happiness. Stop turning down the thermostat. Let it get hot. Let it get bright. You can handle it.
I'm ready to turn mine up to 100 degrees. Laughs. This has been such a transformative talk, Alex. I feel like I've just had a therapy session.
Me too. It's a constant journey for all of us. Success is a practice, not a trophy.
Well, thank you for practicing it with me today. And to everyone listening, don't be afraid to win. You were built for this.
We'll see you in the next episode of the Daily Dialogue. Stay bold, stay successful.
Bye everyone.
Bye.